Welcome back to the channel after a long break. Had the deer season. Right after deer season, we went into small game, done some quail hunting this year, pheasant, rabbit hunting. Now that's going to be a good video when that rabbit hunting video hits, guys. But I'm here to talk to you today about a new handgun that I purchased to kind of fill a niche between my other two big bore hunting and woods guns. Okay, what I've got here, and a lot of people have seen it, this is my long range hunter right here, my 375 JDJ. It is a legend all by itself, just like Mr. Jones, the creator. Okay, what I have been doing is carrying my Ruger Alaskan in 454 Casull as my backup, hunting in dangerous bear country and so forth, and really as a survival tool. So what I've decided to do is try to bridge the gap between the 375 and this Ruger Alaskan, and I've purchased a Raging Hunter. This one has a little bit over a 5-inch barrel. This is in 460 Magnum, and with that 460 I can also shoot 454 Casulls in the same cylinder and 45 long coat. And what I'm going to do, I talked to the good people at Diamond D Leather in Alaska, and I'm going to get a holster for this and start carrying this in the woods. When I get back to camp, just like you change out of your boots and put on your comfortable shoes, I'll put this one back on because this is my close range. But I want to talk to you about this Raging Hunter. This Raging Hunter, I stepped outside of the norm and I went with Taurus. I usually deal with Ruger and Smith & Wesson. So I purchased this Raging Hunter, and what I determined immediately was I had some issues with it. This Raging Hunter, on the first 3 shots, I thought I had light primer strikes, but basically after examining it, I had to take it apart and lube it. It felt like it had grit or dirt in it. It was bone dry, and the action itself, the double action and the single action, was kind of gritty. After I lubed it up straight out the box from Taurus, start working like it was supposed to, action-wise. Then I discovered that Taurus made a boo-boo. Okay? They put target sights on an outdoor survival weapon. The sights are black. In the rear, got a black front post. So I started going to the internet and reaching out to people. Hey, what do you all suggest? Because I was hoping I could buy a replacement sight and pop that pin out and put one in. And everybody was telling me, you got to paint it. Why should I have to paint it? And it's new from the factory. So I went in and got me some K&G sight coat. And I'm thoroughly surprised and pleased with the job that this was able to do. It changes the matrix of the sighting system. Now, although it has a Picatinny rail, we're going to get to that, but let me tell you about the sighting system. Those of us that roam the outdoors, if you're roaming in dangerous bear country or cat country, you want something that you can easily pick up your front sights. Mark Sullivan, friend, legendary African dangerous game hunter, his motto: in a fight, front sight. Okay, well, if your front sight is black and your rear sight is black, you can lose your acquisition of an animal trying to find your sights. Low light, hunting bear. Low light darkness and the bear being dark, you can easily lose your acquisition. So what I had to do, in addition to this $1,000 handgun, now I got to buy some makeup for it and put makeup on it to do what should have been done from the factory, or it should have been offered as a option. You know, most people who carry a big bore handgun like this are using it as a tool and not to target practice with. So you guys over at Taurus, you dropped the ball on that portion. Whoever designed your sights, you need to take appropriate actions with them, because if you're going to put them on there, at least offer an option. Now, let's talk about this Picatinny rail. A lot of people were saying, well, just put a optic on it. Well, if you put an optic on it, then you got to jump through hoops to get a holster for it, because the many different optics you can put on here is going to change the mold and configuration for your holster. So you can either opt to something that's real big and bulky, or you can go iron sights. The niche is going to serve for me 50 yards, iron sights. I can hit, a pie plate with it, the size of the animal's vitals or a bear's head or whatever. But came up with another solution, because I talked to the guys at Diamond D that designed the holster for my Ruger Alaskan. Okay, this is a chest rig that they offer. High quality leather. Diamond D is located in Alaska, so they get a lot of hands-on experience. I've had this leather rig for years and it has held up. So they're gonna do a rig for me for the Raging Hunter. Now, Diamond D turned me on to Wiegand mounts. I'm gonna put a link in the description. And what they do is design a small Picatinny that you remove the rear sight and put it on, and you got Picatinny here. And then that way you got a reasonably smooth holster that you can carry this in. So that's the direction I'm going in with this. But I just think is not the smartest option to put target sights on an outdoor working pistol. But we're gonna shoot this thing. Since I've oiled it up and slicked it up some, I fired it a few more times and no problems. We're gonna shoot this thing and fire it up, show you how manageable the recoil is in it. Now, I said what I want to say about the person who designed the sights. Otherwise, it appears to be a very well-built, very cosmetically pleasing handgun. We're gonna see how it holds up though. And the 460 heavy rounds that I've fired already, they appear to not, it mitigates the recoil pretty good. The grip has got an extra layer back here on the web, and it appears to do its job. The only thing left to see now is how it's gonna hold up for the years of hard service that it's gonna face. because I put them through the paces. And as long as I don't have any other problems, I think I've fixed the ones that it came with out of the box. To give you an idea and show you something, take a look at what the sight coat has done to that sight picture. It has made it to where the front sight is easily acquired. Now, I'm gonna go back to my Ruger Alaskan. This thing come from Ruger this way. I put this front sight on, but it was readily available, easy to find on the internet, and it does its job. You can pick up that front sight really, really quick. Looks like a fluorescent orange dot floating out there once you get your proper grip in place. So this has been my baby right here, and still will be. But we're gonna try out this Taurus and see what goes down with it. Now we're gonna fire up some shooting here. Oh, by the way, Taurus, it would be helpful. Offer a lanyard hole or a lanyard ring. My Ruger has a lanyard ring on it. I saw a video on YouTube from a guy that was running from an injured brown bear, and he had his Taurus in his chest holder. And when he got to turn around in the snow and reach for it, it was gone. It would have been helpful to have a lanyard on there. Luckily, he looked down and he could see the butt of the hand grip sticking out the snow, and he was able to retrieve it. But if you had a lanyard, that would be very helpful for those of us who use these as working tools. But enough of my talking. Let's fire it up and see how it works. Okay, real quick, before we shoot, I want to show you something, because I know there's going to be some people out there that say, well, I don't hunt in areas where I will need something like that. I only shoot deer or hunt deer. But check this out. Look at the weapon on this white-tailed deer. This is one of mine from several years ago. This was a cold buck, and I hit him a little low in the chest. And when I got to him, he was still alive. He speared our tracking dog with this and buried the antler from here to here into the dog. That would be a serious or potential fatal injury for a hunter. So carry your hunting sidearm, one that you can use to dispatch animals with, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a dangerous bear or a cat that you're dealing with. As you can see, a white-tailed deer has got his own weapon built in.